This is David Wheaton. The following is a short take from the Christian Worldview radio program. You can hear the full program at thechristianworldview.org. What do you know about the devastation or the degree of devastation of these strikes?
Well, I think it's impossible to know. I like Amir, but I think that it's impossible for him or anyone else at this point to have a complete picture of the level of destruction of the nuclear infrastructure. There's a lot of disagreement among the intelligence agencies. For example, there was a leak from the Defense Intelligence Agency a couple of days ago saying that the destruction was not really all that great. The IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, which monitors, the nuclear infrastructure of all the countries that are signatories to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, Iran being one of them, says it cannot know exactly for sure till it had access. Human inspectors can actually go there. Obviously, President Trump is very triumphant, as is Israel. I think it's very premature to make a definitive assessment of that. One of the problems with the United States intelligence is that they are wrong on a lot of things. The United States is very strong with what's called signals intelligence, using satellites and listening devices to monitor communications. But it's not very good at what's called HUMINT, which is human intelligence, having spies on the ground, and that's where Israel really is much better. So presumably Israel has quite a number of people in Iran on the ground right now, and I suppose they will be able to make an assessment. Problem in the United States also is that the intelligence agencies, as well as the FBI and justice system, have become very politicized. So when you have leaks like this to the press, like the DIA report, it's immediately cast suspicions on who's doing the leaking and what are the motives behind the leak. Before President Trump sent the B-2 bombers to attack the Iranian infrastructure, a lot of the mainstream media, left-wing news outlets were saying, that Iran was not even close to having a bomb, that it would be years away. And all of a sudden, they're parroting the idea that Trump's mission wasn't really that successful after all, and that Iran is only a couple of months away from rebuilding its nuclear infrastructure. So you can see that somebody's lying, and there's a lot of politics behind it. And I think that there are elements within the U.S. government and the intelligence agencies that are trying to take away this victory for President Trump based on politics. I talked to somebody in Jerusalem this morning. He's a very good contact. And I think that the number one concern in Israel among the security people is what happened to the enriched uranium that Iran already possesses. So from my understanding is that between 300 and 400 kilos of highly enriched uranium, it's uranium that with a little bit more enrichment could be used for nuclear weapons. It's not clear where that material is. If Iran was able to get that out of the weapons facilities before the United States and Israel bombed them, or if they're stuck in there. I suppose at some point, if they're in there, like you mentioned, there would be radiation detection, and you can easily detect that from satellites. As far as I can tell, there's been no detection of that. So a lot of speculation right now, and it's going to take a long time to really see the true level of success of the Israeli and the U.S. bombings of these nuclear weapon sites.
This has been a short take from the Christian Worldview radio program. To hear the full program and connect with this nonprofit radio ministry, go to thechristianworldview.org. I'm David Wheaton.